Put your hand up if you feel personally victimized by Regina George. In this case, Bratz. Because I know I do. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the House of Dolls. Oh my goodness, do we have some tea today? Actually, on the topic of tea, I'm gonna go make myself a tea because the tea is piping hot. BRB. All right, I think I'm good to go. I got my peppermint tea to, just refresh my soul because the past 24 hours has been very intense. And I also had to go put on my ring because I forgot to put it on, and my Angelite and Moonstone bracelets so I could have some positive vibes and some good calming energy. So I don't even know where to start with this video. First of all, thank you so much to everyone who commented on my last video and, shared their thoughts and concerns and experiences with me. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Genuinely, I'm overwhelmed with the amount of support. Thank you guys. I love you all so much, and it means a lot to me to hear, what you have to say and everything like that. So don't worry, I haven't forgot about you. I'm getting around to it. It's been a crazy 24 hours, like I said. This whole video is going to be just off the top of my head. I've never scripted a video. I do not have time to sit down and write a script. Plus, I probably wouldn't follow it very correctly. So I hope to talk about everything I wanted to say in this video. I did write some notes down on some things I wanted to touch on. Ideally, I'd like it to be organized, but knowing myself, my brain just runs at 1,000 miles per hour, and I'm probably going to hop around between different topics and things that I think of and want to say. But grab a tea, grab a snack, get comfortable, put on your PJs and some fuzzy socks, because this may be a long video. I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, it may be 20, it might be an hour. I'm kidding, it's not gonna be that long, but I just feel like there's a lot to talk about, and I didn't expect this whole Bratz Mean Girls fiasco to be such a disaster and a dumpster fire. My goodness. I have just been talking to so many other creators and doll collectors and scrolling the Reddit and hearing everyone's feedback and what is going on, including peeping Bratz's responses to people, bestie. And it's wild to just kind of be a part of all this, and not only am I observing the situation happen, I was in it, I experienced it. You saw me in my last video. I literally was brought to almost tears when I wasn't able to get the doll, and the worst part is it just didn't feel like I had a chance to get her, and I feel like 90% of people who have tried to get the doll didn't even have a chance to begin with, which is sad, but we're going to talk about that. I have my iPad here, so hopefully I can be organized and give you guys the most accurate thoughts of mine and talk about all the important things I wanted to cover. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the lead up to this drop. So obviously Mean Girls came out during the early 2000s, and probably 90% of the people watching this video right now have watched the movie Mean Girls, and I'm sure a lot of you love the movie. It's a very cult classic movie. It's iconic. I could recite every single line from the movie if you test me, because I watched it probably 1,000,000 times in my lifetime. It's a great movie, and such an age range of people enjoyed it. And not only that, let's tie Bratz into it. Bratz was the big thing of my childhood. I played with Bratz dolls, don't judge me, until I was in 9th grade. Every morning before school, my mom babysat kids, and we would sit and play with Bratz before school, and when we get home we play with Bratz. So I loved Bratz. I was into them when I was younger, and the fact that Bratz has come back has been super like nostalgic and exciting and happy for me, and I love it. I've really enjoyed collecting them. It's very fun, and it just reminds me of my childhood and amazing parts of my life growing up. So now, as a collector and being into this doll world, for, you know, Bratz and Mean Girls to do a collab together, it's just like a huge deal. That's why I've made so many videos on it. It's iconic. It's amazing. It's wonderful. And I had really, really high hopes and excitement for this drop. You know, things are already a little bit rocky, I guess, when they said it was going to be limited. So that's such a vague word, because it's like, how limited are we talking? I have been very lucky to have gotten a bunch of limited dolls off like Mattel Creations. That alone, and I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but that's a stressful S-word show of drops. If you know, you know. But it's always stressful when Mattel Creations drops a new doll and it's one that everyone wants. It's a big fight and bloodbath over certain dolls. But there's still more of a chance of people getting them. I feel like they produce a lot of them, and, you know, unfortunately, no matter what, we have stupid bots and scalpers to fight. But for the most part, a lot of people do have the ability to get the dolls off Mattel Creations. So when they were talking about limited, I was like, okay, this could either be cap, like maybe not, and maybe it's not as limited, or it's gonna be like a Mattel Creations situation. Mind you, I did not expect these dolls to sell out as fast as they did. Like, not at all. I was pretty comfortable, and I had a good feeling that I was going to be able to snag Katie. And Katie's the one I want the least. So I'm scared for Regina because she's the one I want the most. And just take a little sip of my tea. Okay. I'm good. So, yeah. See, I'm already losing my train of thought. Why did I have a sip of tea? But yeah, so limited, whatever, da-da-da-da. The first problem, obviously, was the fact that they were only going to ship to the US and Costa Rica, which someone told me is part of the US. I didn't know that. Unfortunate. But, you know, luckily I live in Canada and I go to the US often, so I was like, whatever, I'll ship it to my US address. Even if it could ship to Canada, I still do that because it's safe. I'm traumatized from ordering things from the US to Canada. If you know, you know. But, yeah, so then they announced that they were gonna ship internationally, and I'm like, that is amazing, that's great, especially for all the people I know that wanted the doll and they lived outside of North America. Amazing, great, good on you, Bratz. For some reason, they didn't update the website to put your like information in for your location until like a few minutes before the drop, which makes no sense because from my experience, if I have to type in all my information at checkout, I'm losing the doll. So I always have everything prepared ahead of time. I have all my credit card information, my address, everything filled out. So all I have to do is click, 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 and I'm done. And that's how I've managed to get a lot of the Monster High dolls that were limited because I already had everything saved. And if it wasn't for that, I would probably have lost out just in the time it takes me to type in the information. So already all the international people had a disadvantage because they didn't have the opportunity of typing in their information ahead of time. So some people I have spoke to or read comments of, they were in the middle of typing in their address and everything, and then the doll sold out, which is so unfair. So yeah, I guess now we're getting into the experience. I'm trying to keep this organized in like a timeline, but bear with me. Again, like this is new for me. I went from doing only doll unboxing and review videos to now kind of talking about doll news and situations. So I'm trying. So the experience itself of the drop, it makes me so mad. Okay, well, you saw it. You saw it. I'm so lucky I was able to screen record because I was trying to figure that out before I got filming, and I was like, what if this doesn't work? Thank God you guys were able to see my experience from both my facial expressions and also what was on my computer. So I'm gonna make sure I get really good at that. That way in the future I can screen record everything and you can see everything in real time. I was very stressed out and frustrated. This site was so confusing. So confusing. It was like the worst drop I've ever experienced. Altogether, the worst drop I've ever experienced. So first of all, I would expect that I would go to the Mean Girls page and Katie would be there and I would buy Katie from there. But as you've seen in my last video, you go to the Mean Girls page, it looks the same as before, and then every time I'd click on Katie, it would take me to an error page. So I'm thinking, what is going on? How do you get to Katie? I don't understand. And then I went to Shop All, and I know I'm stupid. I missed her. I was just so flustered and stressed out. I literally looked right past her. But she was in the Shop All page, which just makes no sense. Why not just give her her own page and make like one white screen with Katie and the way it looked when you clicked on her from like the Mean Girls tab? It was so unorganized. I don't know who designed their website, but like that was like the worst layout of trying to find a doll that you want to buy in a short period of time. Let's do a comparison quick to Mattel Creations. I gotta say their website is very organized and straightforward. So like if, let's say the Wednesday and Morticia dolls, when they came out, right? There's a preview ahead of time and it shows the dolls. They have their own page. They're on the front page of everything. Like it's so easy to find them. And you click on them and there's a countdown. So you're already on the page and it counts down to when the doll comes out. So if you sit on that page and you keep refreshing, and then the time comes that they drop, eventually it'll refresh, you add them to the cart, and then you check out. But this literally did not have anything like that. You had to go on a scavenger hunt just to find Katie. And again, I was flustered, and I literally scrolled past her like twice. And I know some of you were like, oh my God, you scrolled past her. I was stressed out. I didn't know what to expect. I made a stupid mistake, whatever. At the end of the day, I think even if I did see her, I didn't have a chance at getting her. But you live and learn. Hopefully with Regina, I will know better unless they change something for that. I don't know. We'll get into that later on. But the site layout was a nightmare. Glitching. I heard so many people had glitches and it wasn't working for them. So I wasn't the only one. And honestly, there's some comfort in the fact that we all kind of experience the same thing. And it's sad, like it's really, really sad that 90% of us missed out on this amazing drop. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. So that was the experience. I was upset. I was genuinely upset. I had to stop the camera because I just couldn't believe what just happened and collect my thoughts. And then coming back on camera, it was still fresh and I was honestly in shock. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of in shock. I didn't know what to say. I was just full of disappointment and almost like a dread feeling. And I kind of just said my feelings in the moment and then I got off. And I spent the entire day yesterday literally talking back and forth to other creators in the doll community, other doll collectors, and I spent my whole day just talking back and forth, just like, how did this happen? Why did they do this? Why was this and that and this and that? Like so much back and forth with people because we're all just like shook from the whole situation. Like this is the worst drop I've ever experienced, and same with other people. Like it's bad when we're all saying this is worse than a Mattel drop. That's pretty bad. So that was the experience for me and so many other people. So again, I'm glad I captured it on camera so we can see in real time what happens when us fans try to get these limited dolls. It's a show. I'm gonna say shh. I don't want to have to beep anything out in this video, but it's a show. Like, why? So with that being said and following up, we're going to talk about what happened with the Amazon in Europe, UK, and everything like that, because that was a mess within itself. And thank God I wasn't attempting to get them off there because it would have been like an insane amount of money to ship it to me. I'd say that situation is even worse than like the drop on the Bratz website. So they said it would be available on a bunch of like Europe Amazon sites. Okay, cool. That's great. the time comes, she sells it on Bratz.com, and where's Katie on Amazon? Everyone was refreshing, everyone was waiting at their computer, and people waited hours. People I know, people I'm friends with in Europe and across the world from me, waited hours for Amazon to drop these dolls. There's no updates. Bratz is dead silent. Nothing is being said about any of the Amazon situation. Nothing. So everyone's literally like sitting around. They're not, going to work. They're not sleeping. They're not walking their dog. They're not going to make some food. They are sitting at their computer, refresh. Wait, what is going on? When is Bratz gonna talk about what's going on? Where's the dolls? So I think 3 hours or more pass. I need a tea. I'm getting a little worked up. What was I saying? Yeah, so at least 3 hours or more. I don't know the exact time, but it was hours. They post on their story. I'm gonna insert the post right here, actually. Maybe I should pull it up on my iPad so I can see. But it was something along the lines of just wait, it's coming soon. Hold up, I'm gonna pull it up on here and I'm gonna put it on the screen so I can be accurate with my information. One sec. Okay, I can't find the exact photo right now, but I will put it on screen so you can see and read the accurate thing. I'm trying to just move to the side. I'm only looking at a portion of the picture, but it says something like, thank you for your patience, Bratz, something. Bratz Mean Girls are still coming to Amazon, blah, 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 blah. Soon. 12 hours passed from that post or from the launch or something like that. And it still wasn't anywhere because I was talking to someone and they were waiting in Europe, and it was 12 hours since Katie dropped and nothing. And then apparently overnight for me, I'm in Canada, so overnight in my time, apparently the links got leaked and there was only 30 dolls available, so they sold out instantly. What the actual fudgesicles? Yeah, that is a hot mess. Imagine wasting your day waiting to get a doll that's supposed to come out at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and whatever other time in between, and nothing happens and you don't even know what's going on. And then finally the dolls drop and you don't even know about it. It's secret, or they got leaked. Does that make sense? What I don't understand is they had so much time to organize themselves, to plan this out. They didn't even have to drop them in October. I understand the whole October 3rd thing and whatever, yada, yada, yada. But they had a lot of time to organize this and plan it out. So why was it such a mess? Without getting into detail, I have a business background, and so I look at a lot of things from a business standpoint, and I'm gonna kind of go into what they should have done and what they fumbled on. But from a business standpoint, they took L after L after L after L, and I don't understand why. Why was it this way? If you weren't prepared, don't release the dolls. So yeah, that was a mess. And so of course everyone in Europe who was trying to get the dolls on Amazon were very upset, which is very understandable, because I would have been losing my mind and I would have been ripping my hair out of anger, because do they not respect people's schedule and the time? Clearly not. So with that being said, let's start talking about the business side of this whole situation and what I would have done if I was the company and what they did instead. You guys, I had to pause the video. This is so off topic, but I just got a package and I'm so excited. I got the new Monster High Fear book Toralei and the Monster High Fear book Draculaura. I'm so excited. Totally off topic from this video, but they just came in the mail and I just went and got them from my doorstep, and they both look perfect and I'm so excited to unbox them. I also got Twyla, but she's not coming until I think Sunday or something like that. But yeah, anyways, back to the story. All right. Let's talk business. Okay, so if I was a doll company, what would the number one thing I would do be? I would sympathize with fans, and I would listen to fans, and I would appeal to my fans for the most part. But I think that these doll companies are very disconnected to their fans and supporters and just do whatever they feel like doing. So let's talk about what I would have done if I was in the Bratz company, if I was the owner, worked for them, whatever, if I had power. Mean Girls, what a huge movie. This is iconic. This is gonna bring fans from the movie and also fans of Bratz and put them together, and this is gonna be great. This is great for our brand. This is great for our fans. It's great for everyone. What I would have done is not made this a limited drop, okay? And I hope I can get all my thoughts out right now and I don't miss something, because I tend, like I said, to forget certain points. But I would make this a big deal. I would build hype, I would build excitement, and I would make this, you know, the most exciting thing for everyone, which they did build a lot of hype and excitement around it. Kind of fumbled with the PR packages, which I'm gonna get into that too. Don't forget that, gotta remember that. But I would, you know, build hype and excitement around it. I would have, and obviously, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. There may be reasons why they didn't do certain things. I don't know. But at the end of the day, the way they rolled this out was just a hot mess and did them more dirty than it would have benefited them. But I would have created a big thing with big stores. Walmart, Toys R Us, Target, and Amazon. And Smith's. And then any other like big toy company or store in the world, right? I would have made it a huge release, not limited. It would have been huge. And they could still price it wherever they want, because at the end of the day, it's a collectible. It's got a lot of stuff. The price point, not an issue, okay? It's fine. It makes sense. I understand. I would have had huge, like, burn book looking displays in Walmart and all these big stores lined up with each character. So you could go to the store and you can grab the dolls, and I would have it in the store for at least 6 months or more, depending on the demand. And maybe I wouldn't go all out and produce like an over amount, but I would produce enough because this would be a huge drop. This is probably the biggest release Bratz has ever done or would have ever done. So I would be prepared for that, because this is kind of a big deal. It's collab with a movie, a huge movie that people love. So I would have had store displays, I would have had promotion, I would have had big signs. I barely even see Bratz in stores to begin with. Who's really collecting Bratz right now? It's us. It's us adults and older teenagers and people who had them growing up. Like, it's an older crowd. It's not like kids are going to the store and buying Bratz dolls. They're not. I never see Bratz in stores. I'm lucky if I do. So I would have made big displays everywhere in all the stores, made it on Amazon, everywhere you want to buy it, Bratz.com, whatever, and even make an exclusive 4-pack so you can get all of them in one bundle, but maybe just put that exclusive to like Bratz.com. And you can make that limited, because at the end of the day, people can buy them individually still if they want, or they can get them all at once, which that should have been an option too. But we're not even going to talk about that. So what would that do? That would, if an adult, let's say like I don't collect dolls, but I'm a 90s baby, okay? I'm shopping, I'm going to Walmart, I'm getting my groceries, whatever, and I walk by a Mean Girls stand, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is like bringing me back to when I was younger. Bratz dolls? Bratz did a collab with Mean Girls? This is iconic. I need to get these dolls. And boom, sale right there for somebody who would have never bought the Bratz dolls. But why? Because it's in their face, it's iconic, it's exciting, and it brings back nostalgia. It's a huge deal. And that's just one of the things I would have done if I was a part of this company, and this would have made way more sales and way more money for Bratz and Paramount and anyone else involved in it. This would have made them so much money. Even if they have to split it and, you know, give portions out to the different stores, it doesn't matter because there's numbers being sold. And now you're reviving the brand even more. Now the person, the customer who was not a doll collector, is like, Bratz are back. I remember having Bratz when I was a kid. This is really cool. I wonder if they're gonna do any other movies. And that is just gonna bring more fans, more customers, more buyers. And from a business standpoint, it would have benefited them so much. And on top of that, us fans would be so happy. We would be raving about Bratz. We would all be excited. We wouldn't be stressed. We'd be ordering, we'd be buying them, we'd be posting videos of them, promoting it, and it'd be beneficial. It would be beneficial all around. We would be happy. Bratz would be happy. Paramount would be happy. The stores would be happy. It's a win. It's a win for everybody. But why didn't that happen? I don't have the answer for you. I don't know anybody connected to any of these people, so I don't have an inside scoop, but I wish I knew, because damn, like, do they need business advice? I don't know. Maybe listen to your fans. That'd be a good start. So that's what I would have done in a nutshell. Now let's talk about PR, and then we're going to talk about what they ended up doing. Also, I'm going to slide this in here before I forget, but I don't understand why Bratz didn't just do a pre-order scenario for all these dolls. Like, let's say it was because they didn't know how many would sell. Because I seen them say stuff like, oh, we didn't know it was going to be this big, da-da-da. That's BS. I'm going to just say this flat out. That's BS. That's not true. There's no way you didn't know that this wasn't going to be a big deal. If you don't know whether or not you're going to sell these dolls or not, don't overproduce them. Pre-order. Do pre-order. That way you have, like, okay, let's say 5,000 people buy them. You make 5,000 dolls. Let everyone pre-order a doll. I don't mind waiting. Make them wait. Say, okay, Katie drops on October 3rd. It's a pre-order. We're not going to start shipping her out till December. Or even next year. I literally don't care. I don't mind waiting if I know I'm getting the doll I want. And I understand. I understand if you don't want to waste money. But give people the option of doing a pre-order. Like, that could have worked. Or let's say this was a limited drop. Like, let's say you produce like 500 dolls only. You sold them out, but you say, hey guys, don't worry, because we're going to produce more. You're just going to have to wait. But if you want to pre-order her, you can order her and we're going to make more. And then people will be like, oh, it sucks I missed out on the first drop, but at least I'm still going to get her in a few months. There's so many things they could have done. So many. It grinds my gears. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand. And the word I've been using this whole time, all these days, is I don't understand. I don't understand why they decided to do things the way they are. All right. I need another sip. Let's talk about PR. So, I have no problem with PR. And I'm non-biased. I've never, ever got PR. I'm not sponsored. I don't benefit by doing anything that I do. I do things because I enjoy it. I buy dolls and I unbox dolls with my own hard-earned money. And I make these videos, honestly, with my true feelings. And I do it because it's what I love to do. I don't get paid. I don't get sponsored. I don't get bribed. I don't get PR. I don't get jack. Shh. Okay? And I'll always be honest. I want to say that right now. I'm never going to be one of those people who become fake because I'm now getting stuff and I'm popping. No. I'll be honest. If a company wants an honest influencer and YouTuber or whatever, I'm down. But I'm not going to lie just because I got something, whatever. So I want to put that out there really quick. So anyways, they sent PR out to people, which is great. No problem. But one thing, and why a lot of people are enraged, is what's the point of sending PR out to all these people to promote dolls that are so limited that, like, no one can get them? Because there's no need to promote it. They're so limited that they're gonna sell out anyways. So that frustrated a lot of people, and I understand that frustration because it doesn't make sense. Why promote something so much when there's not enough stock to fulfill the desire that everyone has, you know? So it's like waving it in people's faces. I got PR, da-da-da, and then like, oh, I want this doll, and you can't get it. It's unfair. Now, I believe that doll creators and doll influencers and anybody a part of the doll community who puts a lot of time and energy into doing this sort of thing deserves PR. And I know there's plenty of people out there that just hates everyone who gets PR. That's not fair. Honestly, it's not fair. Like, if somebody works hard and they are passionate about what they do and they are somehow involved with the doll community or whatever, there is no problem with them getting PR. So if you are attacking people for it, just stop. You're childish. You don't need to hate on people because they got PR. Be happy for other people. That's how you attract good to yourself, is being supportive and happy for other people. If I see someone I know get PR and they deserve it, I'm like, that is amazing. I'm so happy for you. Like, that makes me so happy because I know how much that means to that person. So if you're an a-hole who keeps harassing and bullying people for getting PR or whatever the heck, you need to stop. You need to go touch grass and understand that these people work very hard to do what they do, and you gotta stop hating because they deserve a couple free dolls for all the energy and time they put into the content they make. Just had to put that out there. But on the topic of PR, there are lots of people who shouldn't have PR that got PR. And I will agree with that. That's unfortunate. I'm not going to hate on someone because they have something I want, because I'm not a hater. But from a business standpoint, why are you giving dolls to influencers who don't do anything doll related? They just have followers. So that, I understand where fans are pretty mad. Because, like, first of all, you're promoting something that there's not enough stock for. Second of all, you're giving it to people who don't even like have anything to do with dolls. So what is the point? Why? Those could have been dolls in a doll creator's hands or a fan or anything like that. They could have bought those dolls. But instead, you send all this PR to a bunch of random people on TikTok who have like a bunch of followers who post like fashion videos and whatever, Y2K themed. But like, what does that have to do with Bratz? What does that have to do with dolls? I've seen that with Monster High too. Like, that makes no sense to me and to anyone else. So yes, doll creators deserve PR. Leave them alone. But random people getting doll PR, especially for limited things, like, make it make sense. Like, why? Why would you do that? So there's another reason why people are mad. All these things are just making people mad at this point. Now that we get that out of the way, let's talk about the route that Bratz has taken, which we already kind of touched on, but like how the rollout ended up being after I just mentioned how it should have been. All right, sorry, I had to just pause for a little bit as I live with my family, like I said, and so everyone's just doing everything and I need some silence to make my video. So what next? What Bratz actually did. They made the site unorganized and hard for their customers to find the product that they were trying to buy. It also sold out within like a minute or two, which gives people little to no time to even find the doll, put it in their cart, put their information in, and purchase the doll. There clearly wasn't enough stock for this huge launch, and the way they're responding to people is really mean girlish. No pun intended. It's very like not nice. Like, oh, bestie, try again for Regina. And then like they left everyone in the Amazon world, the Amazon Europe world, hanging for like a whole day with no proper good result. So obviously we've kind of touched base on everything already, and I don't want to be repetitive, and I'm sorry if I've repeated anything, but like it was just a mess. Like it was very like, we did this drop, it's so limited that no one got it, and sucks to be you guys. Like that's the vibe it's giving very Mean Girls vibe. And of course, yeah, sure, we like the movie, but we don't want to have that experience with our favorite doll company. So it's left such a bad taste in everyone's mouth, to the point where like big fans are like, I don't want to collect Bratz anymore, I don't like Bratz anymore, da 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 da. And it's so disheartening. Like it's insane. It's literally insane. The past day has been insane. I would have never expected and anticipated this to come from Bratz, as like I said, like I love them and I collect their dolls, and they've been such a comforting brand to purchase from and collect. So it's very sad that they hyped up this big scenario for it to be like impossible to get a doll from. I put up a poll on my Instagram, which I'll insert right here, where I asked if like who got the doll and who didn't or whatever. And 92% of people, at least what I have a screenshot of, if it's changed, I'm sorry, but 92% of people missed out on the doll, and 8% of people said they got the doll. So if 92% of your fans missed out on the doll, what does that say? That's crazy. It blows my mind. But yeah, it was just a mess. It was a mess of a drop. It was unorganized, lack of communication. They didn't even make their posts on time. It was just an absolute nightmare dumpster fire of a doll drop. Now, afterwards, I decided to go check eBay. And I'm going to insert clips in this video as well. But people already were selling Katie for $400, $500, $600, $700, and $1,000. And take this in. Later on in the day, I seen another creator I follow post a screenshot of sold listings on eBay. And somebody sold Katie for $2,000. $2,000. Who in their right mind would buy this doll for $2,000? And the worst part is these people don't even have the dolls in hand. This is a pre-order. This is like, I ordered the doll. I secured the doll. $2,000? The amount of scalpers on eBay right now surpasses the amount of people who actually tried to get the doll. Like actual fans, actual collectors. It's insanity. So what I think happened is they had low inventory to begin with, and all these rude people with their bots and their computers decided to just wipe out the stock and take it away from all of us fans, all of us collectors. Yeah, so now if you want to buy Katie Heron, you gotta go on eBay and spend like $500 on a Bratz doll. Like, are you okay? Please don't buy from scalpers, y'all. I am gonna be honest, there are some dolls I have bought off scalpers, but not like that kind of price. And we can't support these people, especially in this situation. The ones that I bought was because I missed out on the sales and I started collecting late. I got a couple Monster High dolls, like Skelectors, when I got into collecting before I really knew anything. And yeah, I think I paid like max $200, which is whatever. I really wanted the dolls. Don't hate me. But like, let's not support these Bratz scalpers, or any scalpers to begin with, because like, what the heck? Like, it's not fair. Yeah, the scalper culture is just terrible, and it's very, very like, it's very mean. I don't know how anyone with a heart and empathy can use robots to steal dolls from regular people and sell them for ridiculous amounts of money. And then the type of people who will spend that amount of money on those dolls. I get it if you really want a doll, and like I said, like if it's like close to the retail price, whatever. But if it's like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, even thousands, more than what it was supposed to be. And especially if they don't even have a doll in hand, like you literally have money out the wazoo. Like you can wipe your butt with 20s probably. I wish I had money like that. But I still wouldn't give them my money. So yeah, they allowed scalpers to steal all our dolls. The very small, minuscule amount of dolls that we could have had the chance to purchase. I am also going to put some other fans, collectors, creators feedback and pieces in this video somewhere because I wanted to give people the chance to share their thoughts, their experiences, how they feel, and get everyone's opinion out there so that way, you know, we can bring awareness to the situation. You're not alone. I want everyone to know, like, you're not alone in this. I know it hurt a lot of people to not be able to get this, and it was a very unfair situation. So I want us to all be, you know, together as a collective and support each other and talk to each other about these things. It's important. There is also a lot of talk on Reddit about everything and everyone's experiences and their thoughts and their feelings. I have been like scrolling Reddit off and on throughout the past day, and it's sad. It's really sad. I honestly hope I got all my thoughts out in this video and all my points I had to make. I am going to be wrapping it up soon. This is probably really long. I don't know how long this video is going to be, and I'm sorry if it's long. That's why I said grab a tea, grab a snack. We're going to be hanging out together today. So I'm going to insert in a bunch of clips of other friends of mine and people in the doll community, and also some screenshots of some words people wrote that they wanted to share. And I want all of you to join the conversation. Please comment down below your thoughts, your experience, everything. I want to hear it all. And like I said, I will respond to everybody eventually. Just give me time. I have been incredibly busy, and this has been a huge like talk and a huge scenario for all of us. It's a big deal. But yeah, I'm gonna insert everyone's stories and thoughts and everything, so then we can go over other people's opinions.
Hi, the House of Dolls and the House of Dolls viewers. We are Dripped in Plastic. I'm Sean.
I'm Stefan. Thanks so much for having us here today.
The Bratz Mean Girls collab was honestly a dumpster fire.
It was so not fetch.
We, unfortunately, like many others, did not get Katie. We were one of the unlucky ones.
Yes, we were lucky this time, but the problem seems like the majority of us fans were lucky to get her.
Yeah, speaking of that, it feels like the scalpers had a field day with this release. Like all the crazy listings like popping up on eBay everywhere. Honestly, this issue with the bots like has to stop.
Yes, you're right, Sean. It's so unfortunate that many of us doll collectors missed out on Katie this time. So let's hope with the next drops, it'll be easier.
Yeah, exactly. But I think like through all this mayhem, like the silver lining at least is, I personally feel like as a doll community, it's kind of brought us closer together, you know, like all going through this together, like sharing our experience, like it's kind of wild, but like that's the silver lining in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. At least that's a positive outcome out of this show.
No, honestly. Well, let's just hope we all have better luck next time.
Well, thanks to House of Dolls for having us feature here in your video. Let's hope we get the dolls next time.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Crybaby Lily, and I wanted to share my thoughts on the Bratz and Mean Girls Katie Heron drop that happened yesterday on October 3rd. So in my opinion, it was a complete disaster. So many people weren't able to get her, and a lot of the dolls that were sold went to resellers. And it sucks. It sucks for us collectors, it sucks for us as Bratz fans, because the company is not doing anything to address this problem. They don't care how we feel. They said that they weren't going to restock Katie, and their attitude towards us and towards the whole situation is just disgusting. Also, whoever runs their social media page deserves to be fired for how they answer people. And I just feel like this whole drop could have been done differently, but instead we just had issues for nothing. And another thing that I don't like is that so many of these dolls went to people for free, and in PR to those who don't deserve it. And I'm not trying to sound bitter or jealous or anything, but why are they giving dolls to people who have nothing to do with anything, who don't even like collect, who don't, you know, do anything? It doesn't make sense to me. Everything was backwards about the drop yesterday, and I'm very disappointed as a Bratz fan and as a Bratz collector that this is how things went, and that they're not remorseful and they're not sorry about anything. Like, their whole attitude is, oh, you missed out, it's your fault, it's not our fault. Like, you can just try to buy the next one and the next one. That's it. Like, they don't care, they're not remorseful, and I don't like their disgusting behavior. As someone who makes content, I'm angry. As someone who is a fan, I'm angry. As someone who's just a normal human being, I'm angry. We deserve better, and these companies need to know it.
Now, a question I'm sure a lot of you would have for me is, am I going to attempt to buy Regina and Gretchen and Karen? The answer is yes, I am. I have a very, very, very low hope for actually getting them. I am like 99% sure it'll end up just like Katie. At least I'm mentally and emotionally prepared to lose out. It's still gonna hurt. I know I'm gonna be upset because that's just me. I'm a very emotional person, and I know I'm gonna be very upset because I want Regina so much, so bad. But I am gonna try, because at the end of the day, if I don't, I'm gonna think, what if? I'm gonna think, what if I just tried? The worst that's gonna happen is I'm not gonna get her. So there's no harm in trying. I still want the other dolls, even though the plastics can't be a full group of 4, which is so stupid. But I still am gonna try for Regina, and I'm also gonna try for Karen and Gretchen. Wish me luck, and I wish all of you luck as well. I will document the experience too, and I will also try to keep you guys updated if there's any new information coming out between now and then. I really enjoy making these videos. I feel like I can connect with you so much, and just be a voice for like the doll community and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna attempt to get them. We'll see what happens. So yeah, but I have very, very low expectations that I will actually be able to snag myself a doll. I also wanted to throw something in this whole conversation as well, which I might talk about in a totally different video. I have a lot of things planned for the future and things I want to make, but there's some people who like get upset about people buying 2 dolls. I don't know if anyone ended up getting 2 Katies, but I wanted to say why I try to get 2 dolls, because I'm sure the question will be asked for me, especially I posted it in my last video. So I get 2 dolls for a few reasons, but the biggest reason is wonkiness. If I were to buy one collectible doll and it turned out really wonky, I would literally be extremely upset. If you watch my other videos, you know I have a huge problem with wonkiness, and I'm very, very picky. I'm very, very picky in particular. So if I buy 2 collectible dolls, if I'm able to, then I have the choice between one or the other, which one I like better, especially if there's a wonky one. I also do like to have an inbox doll. Don't hate on me for it. I think the packaging 90% of the time is very beautiful. And when I was growing up, I had a collection of inbox Barbies, which are still in the box, and I still adore them to this day. So that's another reason. And third reason is then I have the option to give the doll to a friend or someone else I know that really wanted it. If I don't want the doll or I don't need to or whatever the reason may be, I have that doll that I can be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry you didn't get this doll. I have a second one. You can take mine. You know what I mean? So those are my personal reasons why I like to get 2 dolls. Don't bully people who do that. I know, yeah, you say like, oh, it takes away from someone else. But at the end of the day, like, everyone's entitled to what they want to do. And if they allow 2 per customer, I don't see that being a problem, especially if you're doing it for a good reason and not a shady reason like selling or something like that. I really hope that I was able to get all my thoughts out on here. I've noticed that Bratz has started blocking people who have said things. I really hope I don't get blocked. That'd be really unfortunate. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm not hating on Bratz. That's not what this is. This is just talking about a very unfortunate situation that I myself have just experienced, and so many people I care about and know have also experienced the same thing. I think it's important for us to be open and have these type of conversations and not be afraid of, you know, something negative happening because we speak our mind. I will always keep it real with you guys. We deserve people that are straight up and honest, and you know, it is what it is. If I get blacklisted, that sucks, but I'd rather keep it real with you guys, and hopefully they understand if they ever see this that, you know, I'm just a frustrated customer and fan, and I'm speaking not only for myself but for all the other people who may not have the voice to express their frustrations and concerns and opinion. So if Bratz, if you're watching this, hopefully things get better. I would love to help you with the next rollout on dolls and give some of my feedback and input to make it better and make people happier and improve this whole overall scenario. I hope you can bounce back from this. I guess we'll wait and see what happens. My closing statement is, as of right now, it feels like Bratz has pulled a Regina George on us. This entire situation literally feels like an April Fool's joke in October. And honestly, it's my birthday month and I don't want to deal with jokes and stress or anything. I want it to be a fun month and I want to enjoy it and collect dolls I love. So this was a little bit of a sad moment for me to start off my October month with. But I want to know from you guys in the comments down below, did they really fumble the bag with this one? Did they ruin their entire reputation? Are they done? What are your thoughts? Are they canceled? Let me hear your thoughts. I don't know what the future holds, to be honest, and I'm gonna just sit back and watch things unravel as they do. We may never know why this happened and what they were thinking, but hopefully we get some answers in the future, and we can only pray that things get better for Regina and Gretchen and Karen. But I love you all so much. Again, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, I love you. I am working on a giveaway. It's gonna come. I've just had a lot of things come up out of nowhere that I've had to focus on, but there's a giveaway coming soon, so you can stay tuned for that. I want to make it really special, and yeah, but I love you all so much. I hope you have an amazing day, evening, morning, whatever time it is for you, and I will keep you up to date on everything that is to come. But I love you all. Mwah! And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, my dolls.